that they need to perform, and for perform is to respect some rules, but also the most important is not to be disconnected with your emotional relationship with the game. And we were talking about that, about that they need to think tomorrow in play like they are a child, no? With not, pressure, with not responsibility. Is to play, doing what they need to do and what they know to do.
What do we make of what Poch just said there? He's rocking his new hairstyle. There's been a lot of debate online about it.
You like it?
I like it.
Your algorithm.
Yeah, my timeline doesn't have that debate.
My algorithm is not talking about
where do you stand?
My algorithm is saying it's his new haircut. I like it.
Yeah. His hair looks good.
Yeah,
We just need the football to be good too.
Yeah. What do you make of what he just said there about the mentality of his team?
I think he's breeding confidence into his team. I
Yeah.
think he's trying to tell everybody to embrace the moment and, more importantly, just to enjoy this, because you only get one opportunity, as I said, to be the hosts and also to kickstart your campaign. So I think what I like about Pochettino's approach within this, he kind of recognises he's trying to take the concentration away from the squad and put a lot more pressure in terms of onto who he is and what he's done and what this team is able to achieve as a collective, rather than focusing on certain individuals. So that's the right approach. I think that's definitely the right mechanism and, most importantly, mentality for them to go into it, because if the USA are going to be good, they're going to be good as a collective. They need to be good as a team, as a unit. We need to see a style, we need to see an identity, and most importantly, we need to see them implement who they are across the 90 minutes.
It's such a rare opportunity that these players have gotten. Tony Meola really opened my eyes to this over the last couple months, just building up to this match. It's hard enough to play in a World Cup, but then to play in a World Cup on home soil, there's so much pressure that's added to this. And it's not, I know some people think that the group was easy. There's people that looked at the group, but it's a complicated group. It's not an easy group to go through, especially this first match against Paraguay, where things are looking better for the U.S. in the last friendlies. I think that we could all agree on that. But this Paraguay could also be a tricky team. The way that they are defensively, the way that they be in Brazil, the way they be in Argentina, they punch above their weight, only conceded 10 goals in 18 qualifying matches, second to only Ecuador. So they need to be focused. And I think Pochettino, he understands that, but we need to also see it in the players, because there is this expectation. But once you get into this match, the devil is going to be in the details.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as well as that, Mexico played their game. Canada would have played their game when the US kick off at 9 p.m. Ian, where would you say the vibes are if we put a little vibe meter up? Because it does feel like it's coming together at the right time going into this World Cup.
Tell us, Captain.
I would say that the vibes are incredibly high right now. You've got to be sitting back watching every other nation take place, including Mexico, your rival, have the opening ceremony. You're watching the game, watching them victory. So as far as I'm concerned, I think we're really looking like we believe. I think we're ready to go, and I think we believe. I think inside that camp, there's a unique mentality within this group, that they think they're together and it's them against everybody else. It's them against the media. It's them against sometimes even their own supporters. It's them against everyone else. Maybe Poch has created that, or maybe the group has created that themselves. It's a talented group. Now it's time to perform. You don't think watching the Knicks win it?
Oh, I'm so glad you win it.
I'm so glad you win it. Do you not think that watching that game is going to boost that mentality?
All of a sudden, everybody wants to
for this game.
Ian Joy has just hit something on the head. When you started doing that soliloquy and you started talking about them against everyone, I started thinking about, that's been the Knicks. They've had to deal with the media
against
talking.
you too. You're not a Knicks fan.
Whoa, chill.
You went against the Knicks.
Don't do that against them.
He's got to be Switzerland. I remember.
He's missed the netball.
All of a sudden.
But what I will say is they want to definitely use that momentum. That everybody against us can almost galvanize a squad. That can put everybody's mentality in the right place and make you put it up. One time, Jalen Brunson, you know what time it is. I'm there. Yeah? Let's go.
When you do all these basketball quotes, I get lost. Let's see if Tom Bogert agrees with the vibe meter. We're going to be bringing him in right now. He's a friend of the show, but he will be with the Athletic for the entirety of the World Cup following this US men's national team, wherever they'll be playing their games. Tom, do you agree with what Ian's just said there, saying, I believe on the vibe meter? Do you think the vibes are that high in the camp?
You can't ask me a question after talking about the Knicks and expect me to not put it up to JD, my guy. Knicks in 5, baby. Every establishment in Southern California is now a Knicks establishment. That's wherever I go.
New Jersey
so we're
Knicks,
enjoying
bro. You're in
that.
Jersey.
Anyway, they're in Brooklyn. Anyway, the vibes, they are indeed good. There's been a relaxation around this team that I think came from the performances against Senegal and Germany. And yes, they lost to Germany, but it was a respectable performance. The game against Senegal, I think, is where a lot of this stems from. And also, we've been talking about the World Cup. We've been building to it. Pochettino himself was saying, yeah, when I took this job a year and a half ago, I was ready for the World Cup, but I needed to understand that the players, they weren't there yet. So that's kind of what he was saying of it was slow, it was disparate, it was guys in, guys out. Now there is no who's going to make the World Cup, what's going to happen. It's we have 26 guys in this locker room on this training field and the support staff and my coaching staff, and that's it. That's all that matters. Pochettino has been very relaxed this week, as has some of the players at training sessions. They're talking about how they can inspire future generations. They're talking about how they want to fight for each other. There is no outside noise for this team. And right now, this is a group that's more relaxed than I think I was ready for. And I think that has to do more with confidence than anything else.
Tom, what's the probable 11 looking like in your mind? I know there's still some debate on the goalkeeper potentially, but what do you see?
I think it's going to be the same exact team that played Germany, except Chris Richards in at center back for Miles Robinson. That has been a big question in the Pochettino era. There is no first choice 11. In fact, he pushes back when you even ask about it. He's like, what do you mean A team, B team? It's whoever's here, whoever's on the field, that's my best team. We all know that that's not entirely true. He was saying that sometimes in camps where there was no Pulisic, there was no McKinney. Every best 11 for this national team has those two players in it. Same thing with Chris Richards. But what you guys have on the screen right now, I think that's what we're going to see today. And Balogun is a player that I'm looking forward to. Christian Pulisic, like these are key attacking players, these special attacking players for this team to unlock a defense that's going to want to sit in, that's going to want to frustrate. This is nothing new. This is a team the United States played in November. They beat them. Both teams will have vastly changed 11s. Pulisic wasn't there. Adams wasn't there for that game. So things will be different, but we generally know what both team wants to do.
So, Tom, that's what you've got for your starting 11. But, Ian, you don't agree with that, do you? Because I know you have some things about McKennie.
Yeah, listen, I'm just looking at players who are on the bubble that potentially there could be a surprise decision. I've got this feeling, Tom. I don't know what it is or what I can even explain to think what's in my mind. Most people wouldn't want to go there anyway. But at the same time, Tom, I've got a feeling that there's a surprise decision with this first or second game that everyone's going to say, really? He's made that choice? So if I was to think of one player that potentially has been in and out, not necessarily always been a favourite, I would say Weston is that guy. Now, I want Weston to play, and I think you need him in there. He's a big game player. But I just worry that there's going to be that one decision that Poch is going to make that's going to make us all go, what the hell?
For me, I think that'd be more likely to be Tillman dropping out of the 11. Again, I think what you had on the screen is what it's going to be. It's going to be Tillman holding deeper and McKinney playing further forward, but they'll switch a lot, particularly against a team like Paraguay who want to play in transition. They want to defend deep. I think that the team wants to get more attackers on the field. So maybe against Australia, if there's going to be a big change, and not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but just answering the question that's in front of me, like, Alejandro Zendejas, I think, is going to play a part of this tournament. Maybe not as a starter, or maybe he comes in off the bench and earns some more minutes. But if there's anybody that would drop from the lineup, that'd be a bit of a surprise. I think it'd be Tillman.
But I want to know one thing in terms of with Flo Balogun, because in order to the US to go far, they're going to need to score goals. So is he the person, when you see his identity, his confidence, and where he is right now and fitting in this system, is he the right person to lead this line and get USA as far as they can?
100%. The United States had a center forward problem, and they developed Ricardo Pepi. Ricardo Pepi developed himself. Haji Wright has been really good for Coventry City. There's been some other options, Patrick Ajimon before he got hurt. But the United States went out and they recruited that question, and they solved it with Folarin Balogun, a former England Youth International. Obviously was eligible for the United States. It was a really, really big process to get him to commit, to get him to believe in the project. And this is what it was for. And Flo Balogun scores goals in big games. Like, if you look at his list of goals for the United States, it's not like, oh, they played Curacao in the first round of the Gold Cup, or they played whoever it is, right? Whatever minnow you want to say. No, he scores goals against Senegal. He scores goals, I believe, Japan, Ecuador. He scores goals against good teams. That's not a surprise to everybody on this desk. You know how good he is. From Monaco, you know how good he is in Liga and in the Champions League. But the World Cup is a beautiful time for either non-soccer fans or casual soccer fans who they know Pulisic maybe. They've probably heard of Weston McKinney. They know the coach. And maybe they've heard of Flo Balogun, but they're going to be paying attention to Flo Balogun for the first time really, really closely at this tournament. and I think that they're going to come away very impressed.
I think that's got to be proved yet, Tommy, though. I don't think that necessarily this is the case that, all right, as you say, he's a big game player. You have to prove it here. Friendly games are one thing. Previous tournaments, we have seen Flo be hot and cold, injured and not. In my personal opinion, he's still got to prove that. And he's got to get that chemistry with the players in midfield as well. So Pulisic's got to build alongside him. West Ham's got to know where he's making those runs. It's got to be proven in this tournament, nothing else.
I completely agree. I just have full confidence that he will. Like, I'm projecting forward of what he's going to do. Because, again, if he comes out in the group stage and doesn't score, yeah, it doesn't matter that you scored against Senegal. It doesn't matter that you scored against Ecuador in friendlies. But I truly back him. I was speaking with Tim Ream earlier this week and asked kind of about Balogun. And he's like, he's the most annoying forward to deal with in camp. And, like, he meant that as a high compliment. He goes, man, like, all of our forwards are really good. But, like, his movement, like, when I'm lining up against him in these little sessions, it's like, God, like, this is going to be a fight. I'm going to have to kick him. I'm going to have to track him. Like, he said it with full love of Flo Balogun. And I think we're going to see that today against Paraguay.
Tom believes.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Tom. Great stuff. Excited for this match tonight, and we'll probably be speaking to you throughout the rest of the tournament.
First World Cup game for Tom.
Hey, enjoy, Tommy. You deserve it, bro.
Have fun. Let us know how it is.
Enjoy.
Thank you, everybody.
See you
Talk to you
later.
very soon.